GIP, KKR, and other major firms will deploy $25 billion in Asia's emerging economies.
We are committed to using our full range of tools to support the economy and to help assure that the recovery from this difficult period will be as robust as possible.
In the middle of the upheaval that was occurring in the financial sector, significant institutions were on the verge of collapsing. And some of them even failed as the level of uncertainty increased. Because of the tightening of lending practices by banks and the freezing of credit markets, it became increasingly difficult for families and enterprises to obtain loans. The answer was swift action taken by the federal government to get the economy back under control.
The economy hasn't recovered, but banks have.
If you want a strong economy, you have to have financial services companies that are safe and sound and able to lend and able to finance their customers. Now, if you want to have a recession, then go ahead and hammer the banks.
This was not done to protect specific businesses, but rather to protect the economy as a whole. There is a company called BlackRock that owns the entire world. BlackRock is one of the few brands that stand out as a formidable presence in the complex world of global finance. BlackRock, which is frequently referred to as the world's largest shadow bank, is responsible for managing assets that are more than the gross domestic product of the majority of countries. Nevertheless, what does this imply for the economy of the entire world and the typical investor? Let's investigate how a single firm has come to hold such enormous power, as well as what this means for the landscape of the financial industry in the future. BlackRock's ascent to greatness. The year 1988 marked the beginning of BlackRock's journey, when Larry Fink, together with a modest line of credit of $5 million, co-founded the company. In the beginning, BlackRock's primary focus was on dealing with risk management and supplying fixed income products. When BlackRock went public in 1999, the company was valued at $375 million at the time. One component of the company's aggressive expansion strategy was the acquisition of Merrill Lynch's investment management division in 2006. This acquisition resulted in the addition of a large $500 billion in assets. More than the gross domestic product of any country other than the United States, BlackRock manages more than $9 trillion worth of assets today. The capacity of BlackRock to innovate and adapt has been a driving force behind the company's expansion. In 2012, it completed the acquisition of Barclays' investment management division, which resulted in a further expansion of its asset base. Through this acquisition, BlackRock was able to dramatically increase its presence in the exchange-traded funds market. This transaction included the well-known iShares exchange-traded funds business, in a time of crisis to power.
70 record closing highs so far for the Dow.
Blasting through a ceiling. In a record-setting IPO.
Investors who have been riding the wave.
There was a significant increase in BlackRock's impact during times of economic crises. A significant part of the United States government's plan to save the economy during the financial crisis of 2008 was played by the company. BlackRock was tasked with handling the toxic assets of failed companies like Bear Stearns and AIG. To accomplish this task, BlackRock worked in complete secrecy and did not even engage in competitive bidding. BlackRock's chief executive officer, Larry Fink, emerged as a pivotal actor in the process of saving Wall Street. In addition, the company was involved in the management of assets belonging to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which contributed to the stabilization of the housing market. After the financial crisis of 2008, the company continued to play a crucial role.
We're trying to protect the money of the American public, which is at risk in these markets.
BlackRock was once again consulted by the Federal Reserve in the year 2020 when the COVID-19 pandemic was wreaking havoc on the economy of the entire world. The company was recruited to administer the corporate bond buy program that the central bank is implementing to stabilize the financial markets and provide assistance to businesses that are experiencing difficulties. Through its participation in the purchase of corporate bonds and mortgage-backed securities, BlackRock was able to significantly contribute to the provision of liquidity and the stabilization of the markets. One of the benefits of being Aladdin. Aladdin, BlackRock's unique technological platform, is the driving force behind the company's dominant position. This complex system, which is comprised of a network of 5,000 computers, is responsible for providing BlackRock and its clients with real-time risk analysis and portfolio management responsibilities. BlackRock can handle about $21 trillion in assets thanks to Aladdin's capabilities, which is far more than the $9 trillion according to reports that the company has under management. BlackRock can get unrivaled knowledge and control over a significant amount of the world's financial assets as a result of Aladdin's involvement, which positions the company as a central nervous system for global finance. More than 240 clients, including major financial institutions, insurance firms, and pension funds, benefit from the use of Aladdin. Because the platform incorporates large volumes of financial data, it enables customers to carry out comprehensive risk evaluations and make investment decisions based on accurate information. One of the most important reasons that BlackRock has been able to keep its dominant position in the financial business is because of the technological advantage it possesses. A footprint on the world stage. In terms of both industries and regions, BlackRock's investments cover an incredible variety of situations. Some of the most prominent publicly traded companies in the world, such as Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook, are among the companies in which the company holds a significant stake. There are also significant holdings held by BlackRock in major financial institutions such as Wells Fargo and JP Morgan Chase. In addition to having major investments in Europe and China, the company has also been granted permission to establish mutual funds in those regions. This demonstrates the company's global footprint. The emergence of ESG investing as a new frontier.
One of the foundations of BlackRock when we began the organization, we had a strong belief that the capital markets were going to become the engine to finance the world.
ESG investment, which stands for environmental, social, and governance investing, has become BlackRock's primary focus during the past few years. This action is reflective of a broader trend in corporate responsibility, which is that businesses are attempting to improve their environmental, social, and governance scores to attract investors. The investment firm BlackRock has been at the vanguard of this movement, lobbying for increased openness and responsibility from the companies that it manages as portfolios.
Now you're able to more safely invest in other things that providing you a coupon to get to your return. So despite all the doom and gloom, there is more opportunities to invest in the markets today than it was a year ago.
The necessity for businesses to address social issues and climate change has been a topic of discussion that Larry Fink has been passionate about. As part of his annual letters to chief executive officers, Fink has urged businesses to develop plans that are sustainable over the long term and to place an emphasis on environmental stewardship. Many businesses have been pushed to embrace more sustainable practices as a result of BlackRock's advocacy for environmental, social, and governance investing, which has contributed to a larger movement toward responsible investing. The person who is keeping the curtain closed.
A year and a half to assemble my thoughts, and I told the story to Steve Schwarzman and Pete Peterson, and they loved it, and they had more confidence in me than I had myself. They wanted to go right ahead.
Larry Fink's rise from Wall Street wunderkind to global financial powerhouse has been defined by both triumph and adversity. His journey began with him on Wall Street. Following a big personal setback that occurred early on in his career, a loss of $100 million that came dangerously close to derailing his career, Finn's determination and strategic vision assisted BlackRock in recovering and becoming a financial powerhouse. Even though he plays a vital role in the world of finance, Fink continues to be a relatively low-profile figure who operates primarily behind the scenes instead. Fink's early career at First Boston, where he contributed to the development of the mortgage-backed securities market as well as his education in political science from UCLA, established a good foundation for his eventual success. The history of BlackRock is illustrative of the revolutionary potential of finance, as well as the intricate dynamics that are responsible for the operation of global markets. Because BlackRock's impact will continue to expand, it is necessary to investigate the role that it plays and the effects that its activities have on the economy of the entire world. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Your support helps us bring you more valuable content.